everyone, welcome back to this episode of the Optimized Podcast, a show that analyzes the marketing landscape through industry forward lens and helps new grads navigate their career path in the ever-evolving digital world. So today's episode is the part two of our mini-series on career guidance for new grads entering digital marketing. But this time, we're zooming out to look at the industry from another side of the table. Joining me today again is Jenning, a venture capital professional who works closely with early stage AI startups in Silicon Valley. Jenny has prestigious and precious insights into how these AI startups company grow, and most importantly, what kinds of talent they're looking for. So, if you're a digital marketing grad or soon-to-be graduate who's curious about working in high tech, this episode is definitely for you. Jenny, welcome back.
Great to be back. And
Yay! Let's
also,
get
again, everything I say will be on my limited knowledge. So, yeah,
I always love a disclaimer there.
yeah.
That's awesome. So let's get started. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are very curious about what you're currently seeing on the ground. So from your position working closely with those AI startups, what kinds of roles or skill sets are these teams looking for the most often right now?
I think I would say nowadays with a lot of AI tools helping people build startups, we can see they're smaller and smaller teams.
Hmm.
Like you can only have, 5 people and build like a great product in a
Hmm.
month, 2 months with the help of tools like Cursor, Lovable, like AI tools that help you code and build a website or everything like that. So with these lean teams becoming a trend right now, I would say great engineers, research scientists, people with technical background will still be the top priority in terms of hiring,
Hmm.
especially at an early stage,
Hmm.
because like most of the companies I'm talking with are early stage companies.
Yeah.
And in early days, product is the key.
Hmm.
So engineers would still be the most important. But a lot of times when there are two co-founders or three co-founders, there will be one person focusing on like um, one like CTO focusing on technology, one product person focus on product, and the other one would be on the business side, like
Hmm.
fundraising, strategy, growth. Like, yeah, if there's growth is still really important. So there's gonna be like this need for growth people. It's just if you at the very early stage, if you want to build a team, engineering would be the top priority, then
Uh-huh.
growth. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. So it sounds like our audience just gotta, do more research if they look forward to join in AI startups, because I'm pretty sure at different
Yeah,
stage.
but there are different stages for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, what I talked about were like 3 to 5 people team, right? It's like really early stage, like
Yeah.
from negative from like minus zero point 0.5 to 1 to 0,
Mhm.
like that stage. And then from 0 to 1, there already this need for growth talents. And
Yeah.
then like let alone the 1 to 10, 10 to 100 stages.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
definitely.
definitely this need for growth, and that's what are differentiating a lot of products right now. Go to
Yeah.
market.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's very interesting. I mean, it's great that there's definitely lots of opportunity open for people that are not just, software engineers and data scientists, but still look forward to join a startup or like work in AI tech. So I know that most of our audience for this podcast, they come from a like digital marketing related background. As you just mentioned, we know that, the engineers or data scientists, they're like the backbone and, what's needed at the founding stage. But like you said, as we grow further, would you say that there are areas where not like non-technical grads can actually make an impact? Like for example, with the CTO or on the business side?
For sure. That's like 100%. There are huge opportunities for marketing grads.
Hmm.
I think there are like a couple needs that I see consistently with companies wanting to scale up.
Hmm.
Like they already have their MVP, they already find the initial product market fit, and then there's how like that's when marketing really hits, like really need to go to market. And one thing is like um well, first, community engagement. I
Hmm.
think at this early to mid stage, building this user community is really important
Hmm.
to build this feedback loop so that you can like iterate really quick, really fast.
Hmm.
Because the faster you can iterate, the faster you can make your product better and then grow in terms of user base.
Yeah.
So this community management talent is really important. And I think that's um, really need this marketing talent as well. And
Hmm.
then I think competitive positioning is a really another big one.
Hmm.
You see there are lots, just simply lots of players on the market, on the table right now,
Hmm.
because
Definitely.
AI is such a big wave and there are a lot of people doing startups.
Hmm.
So there's inevitable, it's inevitable to see a lot of similar products. So how you can make your product, your company different, stand
Hmm.
out, and attract more users is really important. So you need to do a lot of market research, user interviews, and a lot of things on that side. I think that's also how like marketing grads can fit.
Hmm.
And also like I think the third one would be for customer success,
Hmm.
which is like when you already have this solid user base, either to B or to C,
Hmm.
you have your clients, you have your customers, and then how you maintain this relationship so that they can keep like so you have this retention,
Hmm.
right? So uh, your to B customers still want to purchase your products over the long run, can sign long contracts with you,
Hmm.
and how you to see customers want to stay active every day, every month, every week, things like that. So, want to like subscribe and
Hmm.
keep paying your product, right? That's really important.
Yeah.
So customer success on that side would also be another role that new grads can look into.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. Honestly, that sounds like tons of opportunity. I can already name like, oh, there can be like growth marketing specialists, there can be like CRM specialists, there can be life cycle marketing positions, like all of them. Even on the more creative side, there could be, like the UI UX designer,
Exactly. That's what
right?
I also wanted to say. UX is just so important. So
Mhm.
if I think you're a marketer, marketing specialist, plus you have some technical background, it doesn't have to be like you have to know computer science a lot, but you
Code
have
it.
product sense, you know how coding works. You can use cursor or like you can code with the help of AI. That's like totally enough. If you have both of these two um talents on both sides, then you can look into really like UI UX
Hmm.
or even product management side. I
Yeah.
think yeah, I think those are two other opportunities as well.
Yeah, sounds amazing. Seems like there are like we can pull so many combinations, like coding plus creativity, or just creativity by itself, or like marketing, analytics, anything like combined together. There sounds like there is a role at those startups for them, and that's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. So I think on a more practical level, I wonder where do you see those AI startups struggling the most? Like, for example, what kinds of problem do they consistently need help solving? That maybe someone with like a marketing or strategy lens could help like step in and support?
Yes, I think that's actually how marketing really brings value
Mm-hmm.
because we see a lot of startups, they not necessarily are struggling with the technology itself.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them are struggling with go-to-market,
Mm-hmm.
scaling up, and branding themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Because in terms of technology, it's really clear that it's there already. You know, a lot of open source projects, a lot of open source models, a lot of APIs that you can use. So basically, you know, all the state of art models are there,
Mm-hmm.
and people know what's the best, or like they can like just build a product that's specific to one niche market, specific to one vertical, or you know, different layers. Like I think technical people know what they're building.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the technical path are already there on the table. Like
Hmm.
it's public to everyone.
Yeah.
But what's making similar companies or similar ideas different is besides, of course, there are technical moats that they have, but besides that, marketing is just simply really important
Hmm.
because it involves with how you bring your product to users, how you educate your users to start using your product. What's the onboarding cost? Is it like easy to use? Is it only to professionals that other users like typical audience can't understand? Does it take really long to onboard, right? And then marketing also influence your brand, your branding, and then ultimately your fundraising as well, because
Hmm.
investors look into how the public, the general public, like look at your product as well. So
Hmm.
I think that's why I think like people with marketing talents and know how to go to market can help a lot of startups because they are struggling with these.
Yeah, definitely. I think the word, differentiation is so important because, like you said, it's such a competitive landscape. So many people are trying to do, I would say, like similar stuff. But I think definitely if you have the best marketing team or you know how to approach your audience, no matter it's like 2B or 2C,
Yeah.
that, utilize those marketing strategies is how you can position yourself and, kick through this threshold and start like gaining users or investments or, like experimental stage, whatever it is.
Yeah, I think in the industry jargon, we sometimes say product-led growth and
Hmm.
sales-led growth.
Yes.
Of course, I think early stage product-led growth would be really good. I think it's the best because you have this product and you have all these natural inbound. You
Hmm.
don't need to do like spend a ton on marketing.
Hmm.
But I think the best companies do both,
Yeah.
right? You both build a brilliant product and you both know how to reach out to more users and brand
Yes.
yourself.
Yes,
Um,
definitely.
yeah, and I think there are some successful stories like recently, really, right?
Hmm.
Cursor, Lovable, as I mentioned, and Manus, the AI agent. I
Hmm.
think they did a great job on marketing,
Hmm.
which boosts their valuation a lot. I think also like millions of people on their wait list so that they can build this feedback loop with
Yeah.
users, right? Users can give their feedback, then they can tune their product to be better. And I think on a lot of sense, these examples are really good marketing examples. And I think they are important. They are smart go-to-market people.
Yes,
Yeah. And
definitely.
Perplexity as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
I think
for
people
sure.
know. Yeah.
It's like not just designing what like a perfect product, you have to also just let it be seen.
Catch this attention, right?
Yes, yes.
I think yes, for sure. Uh, if you have a really good product, people sometimes just naturally come to you because you have word of mouth in
Yeah.
every. But strategy is just also really important because the
Yeah.
earlier you get your user base, the earlier you can get this feedback loop. You can start iterating. You
Yes.
can start to know what your users really want. And sometimes this time window really makes a difference.
Yes, definitely.
So yes. So for founders, really don't underestimate the power of marketing. And for marketing grads, really know that you have an edge in
Mhm.
this startup world.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's so sweet to hear. I'm pretty sure for a lot of like our fellow digital marketing new grads, that's the key. So let's say, talking about speaking of the new grads, if you were really talking to a new grad who haven't really had a technical degree but really wants to contribute to a high tech company or like an AI startup, what is like one mindset shift or a piece of advice you would really give them from the VC side?
My advice, yes, I think position yourself as like a bridge builder,
Mm-hmm.
right? Just not just another specialist. If I think do know that you have to understand some AI basics,
Mm-hmm.
like not necessarily coding, but enough to
Mm-hmm.
have intelligent conversations about AI's capabilities and limitations to convey what your product is doing and why it's better than others.
Hmm.
But also I think of your true talent, your superpowers, right? Like narrative thinking, empathetic communication, strategic framing, right? Strategy, and precisely what technical teams often lack.
Hmm.
That's where you come in, you kick writing, right?
Yes.
I think on the technical side, you have a basic understanding and
Hmm.
you have these communication tools, your emotional intelligence to
Hmm.
convey the technical part, to convey
Yes.
a brilliant product to users, to
Yes.
connect, to
Yeah.
bridge. And I think that's really your value.
Yes.
And I think for my advice, I do think if you lack some technical background, do spend some time to understand more about AI. You
Hmm.
can use AI to understand more about AI. Yeah.
Use
And
the tool to
and
understand
you
you.
just use the like your competitor products,
Hmm.
right? Just use them to get to know them. Um, and conduct a lot of user interviews, right?
Yes.
Like then you know your user and then you know your product. I think
Hmm.
that's really important.
Yeah, for
And I
sure.
think I think um really, really know that now that everyone's using AI, never think that AI will replace a marketer or like
Hmm.
sometimes yeah they probably in the future will, but what's the smartest way is that be a person that can use AI smart,
Hmm. Yes.
right? Like to show people that hey, AI can't replace me,
Yes.
but I can use AI to bring like 2x, 10x value
Yeah.
that it initially I couldn't.
Yeah.
I think
Definitely.
that's where your value will be.
Hmm. For sure. Like during all those past interviews that happened during this podcast, we've had like people have just somehow simultaneously agree that, the most competitive person in marketing is going to be the one that can utilize AI and make AI boost their efficiency or workflow, but they use it as a tool instead of being replaced by it. So I definitely agree. Like harvest its power, convey, like, transform it to help yourself, and then really using that to find the pain point that you as a marketer can hit or is missing and the team desperately needs, and just be like, put yourself out there, show how you can be so competitive, and so getting the cutting edge power in your hand. So I think that's so important to find it like a new job in the tech space.
Yes,
Right,
yes, for
definitely.
sure. Yeah,
Yeah, so thank you so much for giving us a very like in-depth and comprehensive and fresh perspective on, what today's
my
talent fits,
pleasure.
yeah, into tomorrow's innovation. I think it's very encouraging to hear that, in the high-tech world of AI, there's definitely the demand for
A
for
place
yeah,
for
like
yeah.
creative thinkers, for strategic minds, marketing geniuses, and just overall just
Be
people.
confident.
Yes, be
Yeah.
confident and know that you're the one that can tell a good story. Yeah. So to everyone listening, whether you're just starting your career or really looking to pivot into something new in digital marketing, definitely do not underestimate what you can bring to the table, because the world of AI isn't just built by the data engineers or the coders. It's definitely a comprehensive effort from the communicators, from the connectors, and just like what Jenny just said, bridging the two parts. It's so important. So
Yeah.
just keep learning, keep, asking the right questions, and definitely don't be afraid to, just raise your hand and say, here's how I can help. So thank you so much for Jenny to come here. And then thank you to our audience for tuning in. We will catch you
Okay.
out there.
Okay.
Bye.